I think the beating heart of DC Fintech Week is that we are a very publicly minded format for fun but substantive conversations.
We've really leaned in because we see this as an amazing opportunity to really drive innovation and inspire, and that's where we like to be.
This brings together the industry leaders as well as regulators in one place in Washington, D.C., at the heart of where the action is.
DC Fintech Week's become kind of the venue of choice to speak to the policy community in Washington.
This event allows you to actually have real meaningful interaction between industry and regulators and government officials. And that's just not something you see anywhere else.
We have government representatives, we have international multilateral development agencies, we have public servants.
And really people that don't show up at the more traditional banking and payments events.
Coming from academia, sometimes we can get a little disconnected. And so this is great because I can just come and listen and get a really high bandwidth download of everything that's going on.
DC Fintech Week is by far the best policy and regulatory conference in the entire world.
Chris Brummer's leadership really has created a special sauce here that has fueled conversation for years that then kind of reverberates, if I may say, even ripples through the next few months and helps provide some clarity.
The goal is to find some kind of meaningful path forward, and that makes the nature of the conversations pretty unique.
I think it generally attracts nice people, even where you're in disagreement on a policy issue, you're still able to discuss it with them, hear them out.
Even if you think you're not into tech, you think you're not into crypto, blockchain, if you deal with finance, with money, with regulation around those markets, this is the place where you see where all of that is going.
It's also about what happens in terms of serendipity. The audience, the curation of events, the curation of content is always the most relevant things that are about to shape the markets in the years to come.
If you love payments, if you love solving problems for consumer and business, you better be here.
The US is really at an inflection point at the moment when it comes to tech and when it comes to fintech.
Digital assets is front and center legislatively here in Washington, rethinking the pipes and plumbing of the American financial system.
The investment in the infrastructure of AI is the biggest, largest investment in infrastructure in human history. DC Fintech Week is happening against the backdrop of this extraordinary transformative moments.
We see Gen AI and agentic AI really transforming financial services. The question is, what is the financial industry going to do to be the architect of this transformation rather than being disrupted by it?
DC Fintech Week helps us have good conversation about how to solve for trust in the new era that we're entering.
Here is the best place where you can actually get, as a business leader, engagement with major US policymakers, and not just those of today, but those of tomorrow.
It's done the same time as the IMF have their weekly session, the same time as the G20 meetings, the IAF have their meeting, and it just sends a message about fintech that it is becoming an important policy issue, and that's the right message.
These are critical times for us to be having conversations like this. The time is now to make big decisions and put in place foundational structures.
This is the one place where you get the best information about the regulated markets in fintech.
It's the intersection of business and politics together. And for a regulated business like us, the two go in tandem.
You can get a lot of talk about one or the other, but it's very hard to get real talk about both in the same place.
I think we all have a part to play in these conversations, and I think we all fundamentally are better for having been a part of them.
I don't know where else in the world you get that for 2 to 3 days, all concentrated. This is the place.
I'm excited for next year.